What's going on, everybody? This is the Ground Up Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron, and
Keisha Rock.
this is episode 35.
And today we're bringing you Chef Coco, owner and cookie creator of Favour Cookie Company. Welcome, Chef Coco.
Oh, thank you for having me. Hello, Aaron and Keisha Rock.
I'm so excited. I've been like, well, first of all, goodness, I know I do this all the time. But when I'm so excited to have you on because I've actually tried your product. I've already been recommending your product. I've already been sharing your product.
Right.
Your stuff is
bless
good.
Right.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
I mean, so good. And I'm not vegan.
Right.
Oh, I think that
Right.
I was doing something weird. We'll fix that. We'll edit this out. But
Okay.
before we get into the cookie business, tell us about Sequoia, aka Chef Coco. Like, where are you from?
Mhm.
What was your upbringing like?
So I am, I hate, it's so cliche, but West Philadelphia born and raised. So it's so cliche, but like my cousin dated Will, I'm like real Philly. Like some people are fake Philly, you know what I'm saying? We're real Philly. Okay.
She really
We don't eat. Yeah, we really from Philly. Like we lived on 51st and Parish. City Line Avenue. We don't call it City Line Drive. We call it City Line Avenue. Like just certain things that, people that from Philly understand. And so moved here. Didn't like it at first because I'm really a city girl, for real city girl. Okay. I don't like country air and crickets. I like corner stores and sirens. Okay.
I respect
and
that.
So can you know what I mean? Like I that's how I move. And but now in my old age, I now
I think you exaggerating, but okay.
now my old age, I like to be able to walk outside and I have to fight somebody to get into my own car. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Virginia has spoiled me, so I'm now putting roots down in Virginia, but
so
I haven't been home in 40 years.
How long have you been here?
We moved here when I was 9.
Oh, come on. So Richmond is like it's home, right? No.
It became so a friend of mine, Anjali, will tell you that she's like, you are Richmond. This is where we done had you. We got you. But Philly is here. You know what I'm saying? It's a mentality, honestly. It's a mentality really. And so I didn't understand Southerners at first, because they thought so backwards. I'm used to forward thinking. I couldn't get with, it was really heavily segregated when we first moved here. That I didn't understand. My mother had me, I was private school educated. I'd had ballet classes. Our family is so diverse. So I don't understand division. Yeah. I don't understand separation. And so when we moved to, and not just Virginia, but to Amelia, it was very, very, very segregated. And so it took me your eyes got big, right?
Yeah. Because I know Amelia, and you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay, just think about the time where we're talking about like the 80s. So all the white kids sat over here and all the black kids sat over there. And with my lifestyle, I have more in common with the white kids, but I look like this. Mm-hmm. So, but with my personality, I feel like I was able to be a bridge.
Yeah.
But it took some time. People didn't trust me. My mother had me wearing Burberry before Burberry got big. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother had me in tailored clothes all the time. I had my eyeglasses on an eyeglasses string, so I could take them off my face. My mother had me looking real preppy. I mean, she really set me up to be bullied. Okay, she really set me up.
Let's dig at that. Let's dig at that a little bit. What do you think her intentions were, truly?
She is a woman of. She's a very, I don't want to say prideful, because pride comes before the fall. But she is a woman that has always been fashion forward, always believed in you always look nice when you go out. And education is your first job. Going to school is your first job. So when you go to work, you wear a uniform. And my uniform just happened to be designer clothes and pressed pants and real heavy corduroys, because she believed in quality over name brand. You know what I mean? Like, so I wasn't wearing what the kids were wearing. I had an actual wardrobe. I did not have name brand sneakers, but I had, she always took me to Stride Right. Like, all of my shoes, everything was stuff that had wear over time. You know what I'm, that would last.
Right.
None of that, when it was time for me to get a coat, she made sure I went and got a tailor, and she had that coat made just for me.
Right.
So to be cool, so this is a funny story. So to be cool, me and this young lady traded shoes. Okay. She wanted to wear my shoes and I took her shoes. So I got home and the young lady was white. And when I got home, my mother looked at my shoes and she said, "Whose shoes are those?" And I thought the shoes looked identical. Okay. My mother looked at them shoes. She said, "Those are not your shoes." I said, "No, ma'am, I traded shoes." She said, "Say what?" She got on that phone. Listen, Betty was hot as fire. Betty was hot as fire. Okay. She called that parent. We hunted it down. Now, this is back in the day when there was a party line. Okay. So we had to wait for somebody to get off the phone so she could get on, because she kept picking it up, listening in, like, okay, they still on the phone. Let me hang up. She called every name in that book that was the name of this student until we got to the right person. And she said, "Listen, your daughter has my daughter's shoes and we would like them back." And that lady brought them shoes back because they were on the level of Uggs before Uggs existed. So my mother had spent a pretty penny. This other young lady
about to say.
Yes, this other young lady's shoes was like Payless brand. And my mother said the reason why she liked your shoes so much, and she used to call me stupid a lot. "You so stupid. You done traded these expensive shoes for these Payless shoes, and you don't even know the difference." She said, "Anybody can get over on you. Get your life together."
So do you think your mom was also at the same time teaching you some type of like character traits that have led you to your success?
Well, she has made me bougie. And I hate, and I'm so listen, I am so bougie, and people don't know that about me. Because I'm so friendly, I'm so open, I'm so kind, but I am very particular about certain things. I know because I had my babies very young, I was on the system. We got food stamps. And this is back in the day when they were paper stamps, right? And my sister would talk about me so terrible because she would just say, "The reason why you out of stamps is because you up in there buying lobster." I was like, "Well, it's food." You know what I mean? Like, I ain't finna eat no hamburger helper. My palate says lobster. Okay.
I wouldn't do bougie. I think you just like the finer things. You prefer quality. Quality over quantity.
Thank you, Keisha.
Yeah.
Finally somebody that understands me. Finally somebody that understands me. Okay. I was buying the good stuff. Yeah. All right. I was not fitting to get no hamburger helper and Kool-Aid when I could buy lobster tails and shrimp.
I can tell by the taste of your cookies that you're into quality. I'm telling you, they are gourmet. They are gourmet.
Thank you.
So let's talk about that, Chef Coco. What led you to cooking? What led you? Well, I want to know so many things. What led you to entrepreneurship?
So what led me? I want to say I had an epiphany. Okay, I had an epiphany about my worth. And I think it really happened when I reconnected to faith. I think when you're younger, you don't quite get it. You don't quite understand how faith works, how God works, is so far removed from you. But then when you start experiencing some things in life, you know, I'd had a few babies. Yeah, life. I had a few babies, had run into some issues where I could have died and didn't die. So I was like, okay, I think I'm supposed to be here. You know what I mean? I think I'm supposed to be doing some things. And I started to notice as I got deeper in faith and really started to read my Bible, attend service, and I got under the right leadership, that I was doing so much for other people's businesses, really growing other folks' businesses.
What could you
and
do?
I said, wait a minute. Right. Yeah. I said, hold on. I can do that for them. I wonder if I can work 14-hour days for someone else so that they can shine. Mm-hmm. What could I do if I put that same amount of energy into myself?
Absolutely.
And it was scary. It was scary at first.
Right.
It was scary. Stepping out on faith. Everyone has a different story about stepping out on faith. I want to say for me, the biggest thing was I knew I had people that depended on me. I had children. Right. So it wasn't just me stepping out on faith. It was my entire family. I felt like I had my entire family on my back. So I couldn't fail. And I realized it wasn't about me failing because I served a God that can't fail.
Right.
So then I was like, okay. So now I'm feeling invincible. I'm like, okay, I can do anything. I got Jesus right here.
Let's stop right there because I think that's such an important message that you're saying, because you said that it's not that you can't fail, that it's experiences, and God can't fail. Right. So really life is just a series of all these experiences, and it's our feelings and our human emotions that make us feel like we're failing or we're not doing good enough or we can't do it, right? But if we were to take that away, if we would take it away and just look at experiences and following the path meant for our life, how much more eager will we be to do things that we think we can't do?
Exactly. That's beautifully worded. That was beautifully worded. Yes, that's exactly right. If we just remove, because fear is of the enemy. There's no fear, and it take every day I have to encourage myself. Every day I have to encourage myself because being an entrepreneur, there's so much uncertainty. When you work for someone, you get paid on the 1st and the 15th. Right. When you work for yourself, you get happy when the checks come in the mail whenever they arrive. Okay, exactly. you don't know when they coming. You're like, oh, here they come. It's a check in the mail. Yay! Right. Okay, I get to eat fancy food this week.
I get the lobster.
Right, I get to eat lobster this week.
So what was the pivotal moment that you went from I'm working for someone else, but I'm gonna create this business? What happened, or what inspired that to actually go for it?
So I joined this church. I joined Mount Gilead, which is a mega church, but it don't feel like a mega church.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
My mother is a member of Mount Gilead, and we attend Mount Gilead.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No. Come on, Mount Gilead. Go Gilead night.
Look. I'm gonna tell you how you know that we go to Mount Gilead. We trying to be debt free. That's how you know. That's how you know.
No, we ain't trying. We will be debt free.
You're right.
We will be debt free.
You're right.
We will be debt free. So, Lord Hammer, don't y'all get me started on here. So we under the same anointing. So you already know what it is. Okay.
I get it.
So I get in this church. I'm in this atmosphere. I'm learning. So with all my culinary background, they're like, don't you want to join the kitchen ministry? No, I don't want to join nothing. I want to learn. Yeah. Because I felt like so long I hadn't learned a thing. I had been going to church all my life and didn't know anything, didn't have anything to really hold on to. Mm-hmm. And then I get into Mount Gilead under Bishop and I'm learning so much. So now I'm feeling like I got something. I have power. Okay, now I feel like I got power. Mm. So the Lord told me to cut my hair first, and then I was going to be a farmer. And I remember when I woke up out that dream, I cracked up. I was like, a farmer? I got severe allergies. I can't be outside. I don't like bugs. I don't like dirt. Like, I don't like none of that. It be the foolishness.
Is this what led to your, because I'm assuming are you vegan? Is this what led to it? Okay.
So when he had me on this journey, my spiritual journey, I cut out all meat. Cleansed my system. I could think clearly. I could hear God. I was moving in ways I had not moved before. I had a very, very humble lifestyle. Okay. And I was working at a nonprofit. Absolutely loved it. I'm eating food off the ground. People that know me know I don't eat food off nobody. Like it's got to be properly washed. Where did it come from? Okay. But I'm picking tomatoes off the vine, wiping it on my shirt, eating it. I don't know. I was out of my mind. I was out of my mind. And I'm doing this work, and the ideas started coming. And I said, listen, I love dessert, but on this lifestyle, I can't eat the desserts that I like. I can't enjoy creme brulee. I can't eat cheesecake. I can't eat ice cream. What dessert is it that I can't live without? Like, what is it I can't live without? And I was like, cookies. Like, I ain't nothing like cookie dough and fresh baked cookies. I got to figure this mess out. And I couldn't figure it out. I was in there, and the kids was trying it. They was like, you almost there, but not quite. And then Jesus just got in there with me and created a recipe, just created one recipe. And I was taking these cookies. It was the ultimate, it was the chocolate chip. It was just chocolate chip cookies. Because I feel like that is a staple. I feel like, I don't know if there are any people that don't like chocolate chip cookies. And if there are people that exist that don't like chocolate chip cookies, I don't trust them.
They can't be trusted.
I don't trust you. You cannot be trusted. If you don't like chocolate chip cookies, I can't trust you. So everywhere I go, I'm taking these cookies. And I'm making sure that I bake them fresh so that they're warm. You know what I mean? And I don't tell people until they've eaten all of them that they're vegan, because the stigma, so this is around 2015. The stigma then around vegan stuff is that it's nasty. Okay. It can't possibly taste good. It's missing stuff. I don't want nothing vegan. You can keep that sugar. No, thank you, baby. That was a response. Oh, no, thank you, baby.
I had that.
And then
I had that response.
You see what I mean?
Did she had that
cookie? And I was like, "Come on, try it." And you, game changer.
I was like, "Okay, these are good. I mess with these."
Right, like, no, thank you, baby. Especially older people. You know what I mean? And it was hard because I am handing them out to the toughest crowd in the world, and that's Black people. Okay. Black people will cut you down. If it's not good, if they gonna give you their honest opinion on it right there in your face. Why they eating it? Oh, girl, this ain't right there.
Right when you eating it.
Right while they're eating it, okay? They don't care nothing about your feelings. And so I'm like, well, if I can pass this tough crowd, if I can get over on this crowd, I can do anything. So people would eat the cookies, come back for more cookies. And I said, I got them. I got them. And that's when I hit. They're vegan. And they be like, that can't be right. That can't be right. Like, you got to be lying to me. It's a trap. They start looking at the cookie, like, turn it around. What you sitting there? What now? Like, what you talking? So what are you saying to me?
At that point, did you know I'm gonna turn this into a business? Was that your goal?
No. I'm just baking cookies. I'm just the cookie lady now. I'm just baking cookies. Wow. And I had started this program called Unbound RBA, and they were helping people, low-income families, really try to establish independence through entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. And I had come up with a number of businesses, a couple of business models. And they were like, well, what about those cookies? And I said, what are you talking about? Because I'm just bringing them because I needed something to eat at the meetings. And they would always have a ham sandwiches and pimento cheese.
Isn't that mind blowing though? So you're in this group, the entrepreneur light bulb is there. You're thinking, what can I do? What can I do to be my own boss? And
right,
it's right in front of you.
Yeah, it never occurred to me. I'm talking about being a bereavement chef, because so many people don't eat when they are mourning. So I'm like, I'm gonna just provide meals to people, that are going through things. They're like, Sequoia, what about those cookies? I'm like, no.
So let's talk about the name of the cookie. It's a Favour Cookie Company. That's got to mean something. I feel like we all know what it means now, but.
Listen. So Bishop, when we started going to Mount Gilead, Bishop was on his whole teaching lesson of favor, the favor of God. How favor ain't fair. How if you have favor from God, you don't need nothing. Right. I was like, okay, favor. So when it was time to name the company, Favour Cookie Company. And here I'm thinking that it's probably somebody else out there with this name. Like, I'm never going to get by with this. It's got to be another Favour Cookie. No other Favour Cookie Company exists. We type it in. I'm getting the website. We're buying the domain name.
Yep.
Favour Cookie is not taken. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, Jesus, all right, we got something going on.
Because it was
we in business. Yeah, we in business. It was waiting for me. It was waiting for me. That is the part. That is the part I think that really kind of gave me that extra push. That out of everyone in this entire world, all these people, no one had named their company Favour Cookie Company. How blessed is that? How much favor do I need? Like, that was like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, it gives me chills now just thinking about it, that no one has that name. Like, when you put it in, because a lot of people pay lots of money to establish their placement on the Google search. Right. Okay. I don't have any competition. Amen. Like, you put a Favour Cookie, it comes right up. It
comes right up to the top.
Yeah.
It goes right up to the top. I don't have to call Google and be like, can you please, I need to go back up to the front. Here's $300 more. I don't have to do that. It comes right up. All my stuff comes up. So it's just been such a blessing. The business has been so favored that it almost looks like it's rigged. It almost looks like it can't be right. You know what I mean? Like, now, how this girl do this now? Come on now. What? Who in the world?
As soon as I found you, right now, I feel like I keep seeing Favour Cookies everywhere. Like,
everywhere.
I saw you're now, like, you're being offered so many places. Like, I mean, you are doing it. It's happening. So talk about that experience of, like, so now you got the business up and going. What has the actual experience been like? Because I know this is all recent for you, right?
Yes, it happened in COVID.
I know.
Right.
So that is so here I am working crazy hours. I'm a professional foodie. It's something I carved myself. Everything that I've named myself, it has come to fruition. So I named myself a professional foodie. So I was doing food tours. I was a food influencer. A lot of people don't even know that it was me telling them what to eat and where to go.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, well, I need to go to this restaurant. That look good. That was me. And so I'm doing all this work, really passionate, and I'm also working the business. So I'm a teacher, a professional foodie, and I'm running Favour. And my days were so very long. And so when I started to when COVID hit, I couldn't do a lot of my professional foodie work because I realized that that's a lot of person-to-person work.
Right.
Like, I had to be around people. And COVID said, no, you can't. You can't be around people. Okay. So then I had to just focus on the business. So, right. Okay. Won't the Lord work in a mysterious way? Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have to just focus solely on Favour. So we're getting ready for the food show. Okay. We had won Help to the Shelf. And Help to the Shelf was a competition with Real Local and Hatch Kitchen and the Apple Cart. And I had some tough competition. I really did. I won that, and it gave me a booth at the 2020 food show. So the Lord allowed us to go on a cruise in January. I took my whole family on a cruise in January. We got off the ship and we heard that there was this mysterious illness that had docked a ship in China. And we getting off ship, we like, whoo, child, I'm glad that won't us down. We had a great time. Oh, the Bahamas was nice. Woo.
Little did you know.
Never thinking any more of it. Okay. March comes around. Our superintendent says we're going to be out for 2 weeks. We're like, okay, 2 weeks. Yeah, I can really get some things done with the business. The food show is coming up. I can, really put all my efforts into that. Okay, now we are closed for the year and the food show is canceled. So I have 5,000 balls of dough. I've been planning for this thing for at least 6 months. I've secured ovens. I want the whole Richmond Center to smell like fresh baked cookies. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're going to have contract after contract, because our original business model was to sell to hotels, academic institutions, bulk dough. I didn't ever really think it was going to be direct to consumer. Not yet. I wanted to do things in bulk. Okay. Sort of like the Otis Spunkmeyer model. Okay. And when that didn't happen, we sat there. We were like, okay, so we got all this dough. What do we do with it? And then people started calling me, talking about, well, can you just bring it to my house? just leave it on my doorstep. And I was like, leave it on my doorstep. So I got Clorox wipes in the car. I'm gloved up. I'm masked up. I'm wiping everything down. I'm taking dough to people's house all times of night. Whenever people call me, I'm bagging dough, taking it to their house. And that kind of wore me out. I said, okay, I'm only going to have deliveries on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I'm delivering dough on Saturday. Orders are just steadily rolling in. I'm like, okay, the people like the dough. Now, at this point, we had 2 flavors. We had the Lily. So when people started asking for the dough, I had to then come up with packaging. Okay. And so we had 2 flavors. We had the Lily and we had the Betty. The Lily is the ultimate chocolate chip, and the Betty is the ginger pepper, named after my mama. And the Lily, because she's spicy. Y'all can tell that the story I described that Betty is spicy. And the Lily is named after Lily Estes. She was a community strategist in Gilpin Court. And she was a dear friend of mine. Yeah, she was a dear friend of mine.
It's a little history there.
Yeah. She was a dear friend of mine and just died suddenly. And I was like, this lady, even as she was dying, she was making sure that I was paid. She had hired me to do a catering for her. People don't really understand the level. When I love up on people and people love up on me, it's real. Like, it's not some pen love. Like, we really have relationships, and it's not Facebook relationships. You won't ever see me in a ton of pictures holding people's hands and hugging, but we have real relationships. Okay. We're not Instagram official. We are official.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You'll know that I feel the same way when I meet you in person this weekend.
You understand what I mean? Like, it's real love.
Like, you may meet someone, like, you support them on Instagram and yada, yada. But when you feel that vibe in person, the love is true. The love is real. That support is genuine.
Exactly. So named the cookie after Lily to honor her. And only 2 flavors. Only 2. Now we got 5.
But they say you just need one good thing.
I'm telling, listen. And so when it was time to release the cookies, Anjali says to me, I said, I'm about to drop. I'm just going to get one good cookie in the store. I think I'm going to do the ultimate chocolate chip. She said, but that ginger pepper, is not like anything I've ever had. She said, I think you should start with that or have both of them. Let people decide, have both. So we started with the 2 cookies. And I said, I'm also going to use this business in a way to honor the women that have really shaped me, really poured into me, really loved me, really were there. Right. And so I just wrote, I mean, when the Bible says write it out, make it plain, when I tell you I'm just writing names out, I'm just putting different flavor combinations together, calling them for their input, but just writing this stuff out, just writing it out. And for it to come, like, it was so overwhelming when Good Foods Grocery reached out to me, because that was our first store. So they will always have a special place in our heart. When I saw all of our flavors in their freezer case, it was overwhelming for me. It was so overwhelming, because I said, this is a dream. This is something that no one in my family has ever done. Right. And you know what I mean? Like, you see and you're like, this is a dream. This is a dream come true. And it's only God. It's only God. It is only God that I'm able to have come this far. From 2 flavors, well, 1 flavor to 5. Like, we have 5 flavors. We have 5 flavors.
And you're not just in one grocery store either.
No,
let's talk about where the people can get the cookies.
Oh gosh, we're in Good Foods Grocery, Elwood Thompson's, Little House Green Grocery, Libby Market. Urban we're online. Yeah, we're Urban Hang Sweet, Soul and Vinegar,
Shelley's Gift Shop.
Shelley's Gift Shop, Common Eats.
Yeah,
so that's
what I'm
Bird
saying.
House Market.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not lying. I keep seeing you, and I know it's your favor. It's your favor.
That's it. That's it. That's it. It's not me. People are like, this ain't me. This is not me. Chef Coco is my outward appearance. That is a personality. When I'm home, I am very chill. So for me to have gotten this far, it can't just be on the strength of Chef Coco. Right. That might have got me an inch, but the Lord then took me a mile. I mean, and keeps on and keeps on and keeps on. So for the business to grow in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic, so much so that I have to file taxes on this business. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I understand.
I'm selling cookies out my trunk type thing. This is legit. I have an accountant now. You know what I mean? Like, I got an account. Like, my accountant is like, can you please send me this paperwork so I can get the taxes? You know what I mean? Like,
so Chef Coco, where would you like to see the business in the next few years?
Oh my gosh. The cookies will be on airplanes. So on the airplane. When you are flying long flights, and I've been on a couple of them, if you are a person that doesn't like to fly, you like comfort, and food is comfort. Yeah. And there's nothing more comforting than a warm cookie and cold milk. And I believe this cookie, you know what I mean? This cookie needs to be in first class flights. Yes. It needs to be offered to customers, as dessert, as an option. And so that is really, really where I see it. I also want to return to our original business model when the world opens back up, of us being in restaurants and allowing chefs to use our product as a foundation to create other delicious vegan desserts in academic institutions. You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's my training.
Yeah. Well, what's the number one takeaway you want the listeners to take from your journey?
Oh, whatever and when I say he, I mean Jesus, whatever he tells you to do, do it. Yeah. Okay, that's what Mary told the disciples. Whatever he tells you to do it. Don't lean on your own understanding. It will not make any sense to you at all. It won't make any sense to you at all. So don't even second guess it. If you hear a word from the Lord, do it. Do it, do it, do it. I also want people to know that having a circle of people, a support system that love you no matter what is important when you are on this sort of journey.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you find out in this journey that you had some fair weather friends. Okay. You had some people in your life that was with you when you were doing good, and you could take them on shopping sprees at Bath and Body Works and, treat them out to cheesecake. But when you was really in the, you know what I mean? They're like, we going to cheesecake tonight. But when you was like, nah, child, I'm in here eating bologna sandwiches, they ain't really trying to rock with you, you need those people and be discerning that you can identify who those people are. And always keep climbing. You can't ever know enough. Mm-hmm. You can't ever know enough. And Bishop said something a long time ago. He said, how you going to get better if you think you're the best?
Oh, Yep.
And that thing hit me. Listen, that thing hit me, slapped me all across the face. I was like, Lord. I said, in other words, look, I translated that. I said, that sounds like Kendrick Lamar. That sounds like be humble. Okay. That's what that sounds like to me. Be humble.
Be
humble. I love it.
Be humble. Be humble.
I love how your story is just like your faith ignited you. And I think that's powerful. I think there's so much that
I love what you just said. I love what you did. You said my faith ignited me. Girl, that is powerful. Lord, that is powerful.
No, your story is powerful to me though. And right. I told you at the start of this, we haven't had I think it's important for listeners to understand that their entrepreneur journey or building anything from the ground up, we can't do it alone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing that's going to get us through is connecting to your source energy, what we call Jesus and God. Some people call it the universe, your faith, to really push us and empower us to be what we're meant to be. Simple as that. Or deep.
Yes. That's right. No, that's the truth. Yeah. You got to be connected to something, because when you don't have anyone to talk to and no one's answering that phone and no one understands what you're going through because they are not entrepreneurs and they don't know what it's like to be a chef in an environment that is mostly led by white males, they don't get it. You got to have somebody you can talk to. And that's where Jesus really comes in, because I'm out here and I won't say alone, but there are very few people that are experiencing what I'm experiencing. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know who is trying to get a hold of me at this time of night, but
you got
but I don't have nothing to talk about. Look, it's probably Wendy trying to tell me about how I got this expired car. What is that mess? What is it? Not car insurance, but she's trying to tell me that my warranty about to run out. Oh, yeah. I don't know how she keep finding me.
They call me.
They calling me from other numbers. Who is she?
I'll be like, yo, bro, I do not need this. Take me off this list.
Yes. Like, who is this? Like, Wendy, stop calling me. And she calling me from different numbers. I'm thinking I'm blocking her. She always got a new number.
Got a new number, man.
But don't she keep a new number?
Keep a new number, bro.
Keep a new number.
My cheeks hurt from laughing. All right, Chef Coco, are you ready for the game?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna play Would You Rather This or That. All right, this or that. Oatmeal or grits?
Oh, grits.
Okay.
I'm alone on that one. Would you rather own a flower shop or own a spa?
A spa.
Okay.
All
right. This or that? Butterflies or dragonflies?
Butterflies.
Butterflies. So beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather have Beyonce's talent or Jay-Z's business sense?
Oh man.
Oh, wait, what you gonna go
No, this is hard. Now you done stumped me on this. I thought you were gonna say something funny like Jay-Z's good looks. I was about to say, let me think about this. Okay, Jay-Z's business.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, Chef Coco, how can the listeners reach you?
That stopped me, y'all. That really stopped me. Oh my gosh. They can find me and Favour Cookie at www.favour, FAVOUR Cookie Co.com. We're on Instagram as Favour Cookie Company. We're also on Facebook as Favour Cookie Company. If people want to email me, they can do that at favorcookiecompany@gmail.com. And I'm not hard to find. I'm on Virginia this morning a lot. I'm not hard to find. People, look, I just was in the Wawa and I opened up the Richmond Family magazine to my page and I just sat there and I stood beside the magazine as people walked in just to see if they were.
That's what they doing.
And they would say, "That's you." It's me.
Thank you, Chef Coco, for sharing your story.
Oh man, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.